Pokemon Let's Go has come out, and with it we have a ton of Pokemon themed accessories that have been coming out from all major companies. Some of it is just new versions of stuff we've seen before, some are brand new accessories. We're gonna go over some of the coolest to pick up. First, let's get the big obvious one out of the way, the Pokeball controller. So this is a special controller that you can buy specifically for Pokemon Let's Go. It does not work for anything else because, well, it basically only has 3 buttons. You can move the stick, you can press it in, or you can hit a button on the top. And despite that, this actually works really well for playing Pokemon specifically. It has just enough buttons to be able to play Pokemon Let's Go. There's a couple very specific shortcuts you're gonna be missing that remove a little bit of easiness out of menu navigation, but as far as just the pure gameplay goes, it works out great. It's really comfortable, and it even uses motion controls for the catching mechanic that once you get the kind of proper feel down, makes it really easy to get excellent throws. To top all that off, it does double as a Pokemon Go Plus, so if you're still playing the mobile game, you can use it as a way to easily pick up Pokemon stops and get a few other little bonuses, and it has some extra functionality with Let's Go, like unlocking Mew. This is an awesome little pickup. It's not going to be used for any games outside of Let's Go, but if you're a big Pokemon fan, I think this is a really cool collectible. Next, we have finally a new iteration in one of my absolute most favorite Nintendo Switch accessories, the Pdp Dock Dock. So if you guys haven't seen us talk about this thing before, it is a light-up dock that you put the regular Nintendo Switch dock into, and it adds these cool little light-up front plates to it. In the past, they had one before that only had 2 different plate options. There was a Super Mario Odyssey one, and then a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild one, and they have a new set that comes with 2 different Pokemon designs. One with this Pikachu one that I think looks awesome, an alternative choice with a Pokeball print. Not only do the designs themselves look really cool, but you can have different light-up effects. Right now, we're just doing a plain yellow because I think it looks really good with Pikachu, but you could do different colors, you can have it flash different colors and change over time. It makes a really great aesthetic change to the dock because honestly, the regular Nintendo Switch dock is a little boring. If you missed out on the chance to grab the Pokemon Switch bundle, or you didn't want to grab it because you just already have a Switch, this is a great way to personalize your dock and show your Pokemon love without having to spend a ton of money. Now, there are a lot of really cool Pokemon themed accessories. Nintendo's done a really good job releasing both that Pokeball controller and the limited edition Switch set, but something they haven't themed just quite yet is a Pro Controller. And there is a way around that for people that love using Pro Controllers and want to celebrate their love of Pokemon at the same time. That's a shell exchange. This is something that we've done a dedicated video on in the past of doing a shell exchange for the Pro Controller. We did an Snes Controller for that time, and this is actually the same controller. We just did another shell exchange, and it is so easy to do. I've done a lot of shell exchanges before for Joy-Cons, and those can be really annoying, but Pro Controller, super simple. You just need the right kind of screwdriver on hand and a little bit of free time, and you can get it done super easily. Now, this is based on the official limited edition Pokemon Switch design, but it is honestly a knockoff, and it really passes the test really well if you're just kind of looking it over really quickly, but if you do a close inspection, you will see some of the differences. The biggest one is that the print on here, while it does look like the same right idea, it's actually different little figures, and it doesn't even have Eevee on it. Instead of being Pikachu and Eevee like on the Nintendo Switch, it's Pikachu and Pichu. Something they did do really well though is that it's actually really close to the right colors for the handles for Eevee and Pikachu. It's just a little bit more saturated than what's on the Switch, but if you're not looking at it side by side, you would never be able to tell. If you picked up the Pokemon Switch bundle and you want a controller to round out the entire set, or if you didn't and you just really love Pokemon and want a good looking Pro Controller, this is an awesome shell exchange. By the way, if you want some Joy-Cons that really show your love for Pokemon, a great way to design some is using skins from today's sponsor, D-Brand. They have a whole line of skins that are totally safe to use on your Switch for the Joy-Cons, the Switch itself, and even the dock. For Pokemon specifically, I like using the pair of yellows to have a kind of Pikachu look, or my personal favorite, the red and white to look like a Pokeball. If you're interested in checking out any of these, check out the link down below. For something a little bit different, so far all the accessories we've talked about are officially licensed product from Nintendo. They're made by major companies, they're things that we've seen before, they're just rebranded with more Pokemon stuff, which is cool, but sometimes you gotta turn to fans to find the really inventive and fun ideas. And a great example is this little guy. We picked this up off of Etsy from a designer called K-Design, and it is a 3D printed Pokédex that has 2 different functions with the Switch. First off, it has rails on the sides so you can slot a pair of Joy-Cons onto them, either as just a way to transport them as a set, or to even use it as a sort of control grip. The other is that you can open it right here to reveal a little slot that holds 4 Switch cartridges. Next up is another controller option. This really isn't for Pokemon Let's Go in particular, but it is Pokemon themed and really cool, and that is the Hoary D-pad controller. Now, if you haven't caught any of my other videos talking about this, this is a Joy-Con that connects directly to the Switch in handheld mode. You can't use it wirelessly. It's not meant for that, but it is a lot cheaper as a result. But what it does is it replaces the directional buttons with an actual D-pad design, which is a big upgrade for some games. They've released a few different designs in the past, like a Zelda and Mario one. I was a big fan of the Zelda one. Mario is okay. This is a new option which is focused on Pikachu, putting him at the bottom right here and then adding lightning bolts everywhere. I think the yellow and black aesthetic is really awesome. Really good addition to the series. Next up is a tried and true accessory for every Switch owner, and that's a carrying case. This is gonna let you safely carry around your Switch, some extra Joy-Cons, maybe the power supply, and some games. I feel like this is an immediate go-to for any Switch owner because it gives you just a little way to indirectly personalize your Switch just for you. Now, because Pokemon Let's Go has come out, there are a lot of these new designs coming out. I went for this one specifically to showcase just because, I mean, this is a pretty direct reference to the game. I mean, come on, Let's Go. There's Pikachu, there's Eevee. There's a whole lot of other ones out there, like with Pikachu alone, Eevee alone. There's also a really cool Charizard one that I almost picked up instead of this one. I'm gonna link all those down below along with all the other accessories in this video for you guys to check out.